you know, control and mitigate. So for them, they've got a tall task here, and I think their best attack could be going aggressive. And on the pistol round, we are going to see that as one player will jump out the window and push up mid, but the majority of the Cloud9 lineup is heading towards the B site.
What do you think about this smoke from Skadoodle?
Where do you reckon that's going to land? In the middle of the bomb site?
No, I think it's probably going to be for short, isn't it? That'd be my guess, but we'll see. It's going to he basically throws that from T spawn, and a flashbang in as well. They're trying to get up. Shiz has no idea what's going on, and he's going to get run down, and Stewie will pick up this kill on Showtime as well. And now PGL coming in from behind, not checking the corners, but still getting the kill on Skadoodle. It's going to take some confidence away, you have to assume now. It's just Yell and Destiny left, and I said that a bit too quick. They're both going to go down within 1 second. So that's the round. Cloud9, that was it's a high level of coordination there.
Yeah, that smoke execute, I kind of like it, because normally when you do those two smokes, the other smoke is done from in the B holes as well, and it makes noise, and it takes a bit longer to pop. That seemed quicker, and the CTs wouldn't have seen it coming for as long. So that's a cool adjustment by them, and it just paid off. You know, normally you don't really expect the CTs to be playing too aggressively to cat that early in the round. So for them to go for that execute, bit of a risk, but paid off.
Yeah, the flashbangs were perfect. They're such key when you want to get out of that window as well, so just very well done. Bit of a buy on Luminosity side. Destiny actually picking up a UMP, and we've talked about how people have gone away from this because they want all the grenades in the fourth round, but they've really gone all in here.
It really depends on mentality of a team, right? So if you want to take the fight to a team every time, you want to force buy to give yourself the better weapons to take these duels and potentially upset early and show that you're not going to be stomped out, right? Or you can take it the other way, which is the type of Counter-Strike you're talking about, where you just eco, you get all the utility, you go into the first gun round strong, and you're almost conceding those first 3 rounds, right?
Suppose if you're the underdog, maybe it makes sense to try and go a bit crazy and try and see if you just can't force something in there. They got the 1 kill there on automatic. I think that was Showtime with the Deagle, and Destiny with the UMP. Do they really want to fight him here? Shroud, obviously a great aimer, and he's going to just walk right in and take that headshot. No problem at all. So no fear approach coming out. Shiz and Showtime are the last ones left, and I wonder if they have got any chance to make an impact in this 2 versus 3. Doesn't feel likely, but actually the bomb is down. That's one hell of a kill. That's a second Deagle shot coming out of Showtime. 2 versus 2, 38 seconds. They've got the bomb under control. This can actually be done. Shroud is lingering a bit and buying time for Skadoodle to wrap around the back with the Galil. He's got the timing for it, and he will take the first kill. Shiz, he gets the 1 in return, and now Shroud waiting. Still got the health for it, and the spray through the box is going to be able to take him down. That's Cloud9 now with 2 rounds, but that was expensive.
Yeah, well, it's always questionable with those force buys, right? Do you want to take it to the team? Do you want to go against a team like Cloud9, who were born into the mayhem of pug-style, aim-based Counter-Strike? Do you want to really go up against guys like that? And you can see how individual they can be. Shroud hitting some really nice shots there. And Skadoodle's flank was, I guess, the hero of that 2v2 situation, able to get it done. Didn't necessarily need to peek on that second guy. Could have waited for Shroud to push on in and pincer him together. But works out in the end, and now we do see the full eco coming out of Luminosity, so they're just going to be farmed away here, I think.
Yeah, they bought the 2 Mac 10s as well, and the Tech 9 there on Skadoodle doesn't want to invest too much. Obviously wants the AWP later on, but yeah, this is it's about as good as it gets in a round like this, I think, just having the Tech 9s run in first. And you said farming, that is pretty much what's going on. At least Shroud will go down.
That's the AK as well.
Oh, he actually makes it around the corner, Destiny, but surely they're going to hunt him. They have actually no reason not to.
Yeah, they need to get this out of his hands, right? You look at what they have left at the moment, a UMP, 2 Mac 10s, and a Tech 9. So they're not really going to lose a lot. They can hold on to these weapons and do an execute next round, but getting that AK would be so nice.
They're just chasing him down. He's going to even try and go for the pre-fire, but it does not work out. So 3-0. We'll see what Luminosity can do. They actually, there's the AWP no armor on Yell.
Yeah, we saw how explosive he can be, right? And the way that these Brazilians can play around the smokes, at the start of the round to go for picks on the CT side, they'll lay one down in an interesting position. Henny's really prolific for that on this map towards connector and pushing out and playing behind it, getting a kill and then sneaking away back through it as quickly as he came. So see if Yell can pull something like that out. He does have a smoke in hand. Interesting to note as well that Cloud9 upgraded away from those SMGs that they had. I would love to see them hold on to those and do a full-in execute. You know, maybe like a little bit of a delayed A execute with all 5 players, or you know, something along those lines where they can close down the distance and use those SMGs to their advantage. Because if you have a look, there's only 2 sets of head armor on all of the Luminosity guys. So SMGs are very effective, as we know, against only the Kevlar or no armored opponents.
They've actually thrown that smoked top connector, but they haven't really done anything with it. I do like that. I think that was Shroud putting out that one from T-Spawn. Yell, no armor at all, so he's going to be very careful. Any grenades on him, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Destiny's already gone down, and Yell is moving up. He actually catches Skadoodle. That's a big kill. Almost gets the next one. I think that's automatic. Waiting in Tetris, just trying to stay alive, and he's not going to be able to. What an investment from Yell. No armor, 1 AWP, and 3 kills later, and now he's got nothing. You know, 1-on-4 here. This is a really big round coming out of the Brazilian side. And nothing. He's sneaking up, but as soon as he fires the rifle, they're going to know where he is, and things just get a hell of a lot worse. He walks in and takes down PGL. Going to get taken down by Showtime. So, what it... I mean, Cloud9, they were sort of set up for the original, you know, the classic A execute.
Yep.
And that execute probably should have smoked out Yell. So what happened? Why was there no smoke to stop him from doing all of this?
I've seen this from time to time coming in, that teams want to try and catch them off guard in transition. Because you normally want mid-control as your first gun round strat and then base the pace off of that.
Right.
They went straight for a bit of an A take. So if the CTs didn't have a lot of mid presence, which it didn't look like it because we saw that over towards A, one of the things is you can expect them to not be watching that A ramp, you know, and Yell was there ready and raring to go for that one. So now we see Cloud9, their economy's hurt. They've gone to Tech 9 by here.
Did you think that top connector smoke was part of that attempt to sort of fake it towards
Yeah, definitely.
mid?
You know, you want to have as many tells as possible to say, hey, look at this part of the map, and it didn't work out for Cloud9.
All right, yes, very interesting. I'd like to see that tried again, but now we will see more of a classic A execute here coming out. All of the smokes, that's some good synchronicity. I kind of like that. Destiny already up on the ticket booth, trying a bit more. He will get a headshot on the first guy in. That was Shroud going down. There's not really that much to work with here if you're Cloud9. They are infiltrating the smoke a bit to try and see if maybe they can catch him off guard. Showtime could get shot in the back, but he's going to get 2 kills beforehand. So now it's just a question of how patient Automatic can be. He gets 1, and that would have been impressive, but didn't work out.
Yeah, the goal was to get the bomb down there, able to do that. See, with executes like that, I think, you know, most teams are moving away from having stuff like that other than to use on rounds like this to get the bomb down. Because when you run it on a gun round, if you run it to the exact T of how the execute's meant to play out and what the smokes are meant to achieve, the CTs know how to react properly in these situations now. They know they either have to wait or they know the little counters to beat your execute. So if Cloud9 are looking to do stuff like that later on, they need to change the way that they approach that. Maybe put that wall of smokes down and then flash and push through into the site, right? And mix it up, make it a bit more random, a bit harder for Luminosity to be prepared for. But finally they're going to get the guns up, and no AWP on Skadoodle here.
No, you're right to point that out, because he was really effective yesterday, so gotta wonder what will happen if they can't get that in. Automatic though, great opening onto Showtime, just trying to transition in towards the ladder room, but not able to actually do it. PGL going to push in, all right, after the flashbang from a teammate inside of the A-bomb site. That's a big setup. And Destiny will take down Stewie. Now they can calm down. They've got the 4 versus 3. I'm not sure why they're peeking in the middle here. Shiz, that's very dangerous. He does get 1, and the second one as well will take down Nothing and Automatic both. That leaves Skadoodle 1 versus 4. Just sneaking around here in the middle, and I think he's heard PGL already. And this is pretty much unwinnable. He's completely trapped. He gets the spray on 1 and actually picks up a second, falls down, gets the headshot on PGL. What on earth is going on? They were coming in from 4 different directions. It's not even an exaggeration. And now he's running in. He's got 11 health. Yell will have heard that. He was on short, so he's already heard the footsteps coming in. 40 seconds here for Skadoodle. This can be done.
Yeah, I feel like he should go back to B, though, because like he made a lot of noise going, and he doesn't know where Yell is. But at that point, he would have known that you know, someone would have heard him if he was close. And now that he's going back to A, Yell's going to make that read, right? He's going to go, well, I heard him that close, and he hasn't come so far. Ooh. The more likely option will be that A site. I
think he even heard him top mid then. Man, Yell is getting into all the right positions. He got close enough to top mid that he get him in T-spawn. This is very well done. Skadoodle in a lot of trouble, although he doesn't yet know it.
Wow.
Oh, he misses the top of the box with a flashbang. And he's going to be going down to Yell, man. That was almost a godlike clutch coming out of Skadoodle.
That would have been huge. You know, his aim looked really shaky there early on, but the frags just kept coming his way.
Yeah.
I think something to note right now is all 5 members of Cloud9 were in middle for control there. They really wanted to get that.
Yeah. Now, look, I was criticizing Shiz for this play.
Yeah.
Was I being paranoid or
No. I think, you know, if you just looking at the screen in front of you, it looks like, hey, look, he's kind of just going aggressive on his own. But all 4 members of Luminosity were around middle at that point. We had 2 guys close to Cat. We had 1 guy near window rim and another near connector. So for him going for a play like that, it's an information play where his teammates can come out and trade quickly. And that's what should have happened. But Skadoodle had something else to say about it.
Shroud actually got that kill in the middle of the Molotov and the flashbang.
It's shown a little bit of skill early on, isn't he?
Yeah, he's having a good time. All right, well, he's going to go down to Shiz shoes.
Nah, it's Shiz. Or I think the way that the Brazilians were telling us, it was like us at 9? No, us at, I don't know. It's weird. Let's just stick with Shiz.
I like shoes, though. I think shoes are great nickname.
I like wearing flip-flops.
Flip-flop could be a nickname. It'd be hard to cast, maybe. It'd be fun to cast, actually.
We could call them Havianas.
I don't know about that.
What's the brand? It's a Brazilian brand. Oh, he's just going to cork, isn't he?
Skadoodle, what a headshot. How is he spamming the deagle and still hitting the shots? If I don't wait half an hour between every shot, I don't hit anything at all. Skadoodle down to 29th health. He's really on point today. Gonna go for a peek. Now the grenades come in, and he can't really stop that, but that's 4 rounds in a row for Luminosity.
Yeah.
Should we be scared, Chad? Are you scared? Are you worried at all?
I just think something to note about Luminosity is the way that they're approaching these situations. They're not playing scared. They're not timid at all. They're happy to take the fight to Cloud9. If they want to get in aggressive, Luminosity are going to be just as aggressive back and take heads-up duels on this CT side. And so far, they're coming out on top. We saw that really good play early on with the AWP from Yell. And Shiz now, he's got no issue taking duels. So a confident Luminosity early on.
That's got to be some just Canadian magic. I have no idea how he hit that shot.
So one of the things right now, Anders, is Cloud9 haven't really set up a base for how they can approach this. They haven't really established mid-control. They haven't shown the tells that they want to do. So they need a gun round to come out here that can be played off of and used to fake later. And it looks like they're going for a mid-control, but Pickle's going to find an early frag there through the smoke.
Hey, well, for nothing though. Ready and waiting. He read that very well, and actually he just spots out every single position. Can he make it around the corner? Yes, but right into the waiting arm of Shiz, who will take him down. Yellow's got a kill, so now it's a 2-on-2. A quick round this time around. The mid action is just non-stop in this game, but it seems like they have the health advantage here on the American side. So let's see if they're going to be able to close out this round. They do need to make something happen, but a great shot from Destiny, taking down one. He gets a shot on Shroud as well. I mean, AK versus M4, that's not always an easy battle, but came out on top this time.
I think it's because Skadoodle was trying to transition away. He didn't want to be open to B-apps. He wanted to make sure that he could just watch one choke point and not have to worry about his back. But in transition, he got caught, gets taken down, and then it falls apart from there. Jordan did a great job to trade out on 2 frags going up Cat. Something to note is the playstyle that Cloud9 are choosing to run with right now is relatively aggressive, right? This is Stewie calling, so he is an aggressive player. We all know that. And this allows Cloud9's players, their stars, which across the board, this team has a lot of skill to get frags. When you play fast, when you play aggressive like this on the T side, it's random, right? You're not really going through any motions. You're just going to see what gets thrown at you from the CTs and the way that they address the situation, hope that you can get in and catch people off guard. They're able to do that, but the afterplant situation didn't pan out for them.
But again, you said it, fast and aggressive. Down the middle they go, up Catwalk, I believe. They're running in, and is this going to be hard on the B-bomb side? There's just one person left here. He's trapped in the corner, and now his little booties are on fire as well, so they're just going to open it up, no problem. Yell and PGL are left. 2 versus 5 at the moment, and the bomb will be going down. Well, that's everything they wanted.
It worked that time, right? So they were able to open up and not get spammed through smoke like PK was with them in the earlier round. And now Stewie on a bit of a lurk, going to find one. He knows where PKL is, so they should chase him down, get that gun out of his hands. There we go. He had no hope in that situation. So what I like from this, Anders, is they're still going with that aggressive style that we spoke of and we said that would be good to come out of these guys. Maybe they can keep doing it. They've already broken the economy of the Luminosity guys, but eventually, tapering into the later stages of this half, they should drop back and change the pace, because at that point, Luminosity needs to start making gamble stacks and, you know, transitioning, but they will force buy here with the AWP on Yell, so this could be really interesting.
But they're going all in. You said it earlier, they're not playing like they're very scared of Cloud9, and that's evident even in the buys in this round. I would say this is a massive risk, but I guess they already know that. So 10th round is coming up here. We do have a pretty forward position by Destiny over at the A ramp, so maybe he could go and take a peek in there if he gets real bored. And I think Yell wanting to find someone. I mean, he almost has to be proactive with the AWP, doesn't he? He can't just wait somewhere.
I 100% agree with that. He needs to be the spearhead of this CT defense, I suppose, because with such a powerful weapon, if he can find an opening kill, that means an AK can get dropped and someone else might be able to pick it up and use it. And also, when you find an opening frag, it forces the Ts to panic. But right now, they're just in a bit of a default spread. They've got mid control. They have someone in B apps. They have someone in A apartments. Who's going to find the opening through connector, which we've seen him do time and time again. He will get out of there. 6 HP.
Oh man, I feel like the objective in this round has changed from trying to get the opening pick to just trying to keep the AWP alive now. Because the bomb is going to be going down. I mean, surely rotating in for the retake here is almost certainly suicide.
If automatic overextends, it gives away his life without any kill or information. It could be the retake being on. Yell's going to get caught out. Switch to his pistol at the wrong time. Destiny will trade, so now they have 2 guns at their disposal, an AK and an AWP if PGL wants to go back and grab it, but it looks like he's going B apps, so he'll be coming for a bit of a flank. It seems like they want to make this as costly as possible for Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be saving next round regardless, aren't they? So maybe just looking for some of the exit frags. It's a shame that PGL couldn't go all the way back and try and get one of the AKs.
He definitely could. I don't know. That would be my first port of call,
Yeah.
right? It's a gun that you know is down in a pretty safe location to get. I wouldn't be... Like, I can see that he wants to make it expensive. He is going to grab another AWP, so it actually works out better than if he went with my plan of attack.
Yeah, I would have done the same, but Jordan's already spotted him out. He's in a tough position here, PGL. He will go down, so just one of the AWPs getting saved. That would have been huge if they could have get both of them out there. I mean, that could have made a big difference in the next round. So Luminosity winning 5 rounds in a row at the beginning of this half here, but now Cloud9 look like they're back in fighting shape, and considering that they're on the T side and everything, I mean, I'm interested to see what kind of pace the Brazilian side will set once they're on the T side.
Yeah, they were very structured when we saw them in the group stage, right? They were doing a lot of defaults on Cage, and they were happy to play off that. It was the CT side that was more exciting when we saw players like Showtime and Yell stepping up and being explosive. One of the things that I'm more interested to see is how Luminosity deal with being in this weird economic system in the middle of the half. Because with that force buy, if they just saved, they'd be on a gun round this round, and sure, they can be in a chance to get reset and pushed away, but right now they're giving Cloud9 a chance to go up to 6-5, get the round advantage in the bank, and not only that, their economy is going to be in a point where they're only going to get 1, maybe 2 full gun rounds out after that.
Skadoodle really waiting for it. Not really getting any kind of an opening at the moment. Shiz is jumping on the other side, but again, they only have that 1 AWP on Yell, and he's being very passive.
Yeah, he's
kind of frustrating,
short, right? Yeah, I agree. They didn't really get a lot of utility, like flashes, to help him go for picks early. They're letting Cloud9 dictate where they want to go, and that's the B bomb side on this round. Jordan will jump in, he's going to find that entry frag, and like you said before, the bomb will go down. They're not going to have too many issues. Yell trying to get cheeky there, but everywhere's been smoked off, and he's just going to put that AWP between his legs and run away.
Just hightail it out of there. How much would the game change if you could save 2 rifles in one person, or 1 in each arm at the end of the round?
What if you could save 2 rifles, but you had to save the rifle with your pistol out? So both rifles had to be on your back.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Let's do that, Gabe.
Not giving them too many advice. Maybe they'll end up doing it.
They don't listen to the good advice, so maybe they will listen to the bad advice. There's the AWP gone.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Destiny only able to save the armor and the kit and the 5-7 really. 6 rounds for Cloud9 here. It is a best of 3, so we can't really get carried away, and I think it's also too early to call. Like, I don't know what Cloud9's defense is going to be like. I feel like if you're not sort of well-versed at playing this, and let's be honest, Cloud9's, apart from the pistol round, which I think was really cool with the smokes and everything, you're right, a lot of it has been, you know, run up middle to catwalk and just take some quick fights, right? So we don't know if their defense is going to be great, you know?
That's to the player's strengths, though, right? If you can play that style of Counter-Strike and have everyone understand the system and what the goal of the strategy is and how to react after frags have been made and trades have happened, then you've done your theory. Everyone is happy to play on this faster style of Counter-Strike. And as you can see now, they're slowing it down with transition. Just caught Skadoodle missing another flash. His nades haven't really been perfect this game so far. But the mid-aggression right now by Luminosity is the change of pace, right? This is what they need to do. They need to take a risk. They need to make sure that they have some territory, some information. But Cloud9 are playing this very slow.
To me, does Yell look like a Brazilian version of Markelov?
Maybe a little bit. There's a ESL admin called Mihao, who also looks like Markelov with blonde hair.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
A few Markelov lookalikes out there.
Yeah. Maybe we're on to something. 12th round in. Skadoodle just watching the underpass. It feels like he could almost be rewarded for it. Showtime looks like he's tempted to make the jump down, but this must be weird for Luminosity because they've pushed top mid. This is a fairly aggressive push command. They haven't seen or heard anybody yet.
This is the right decision though, Anders, because they didn't have a lot of utility to play standard, and it looks like a B fake's going to come in, and the rotations by the CTs is going to be very limited. Yell pushing up top mid to find some information. He's going to have a couple of enemies in front of him very shortly. He continues on this path.
Again, he will hear them, so they definitely know that something is up. Now, starting later rotation, you can see that on the minimap top left there, that they're actually rotating their players towards the A side, and he's going to go and check and make sure that they're not being, I guess, double faked in this scenario. So just making their way up towards the A ramp. There's really almost no time left. 20 seconds here. The spray fails for Destiny, and that's a big deal. PGL will go down. They might actually have made this work, Cloud9, in spite of the fact that Luminosity should have known what was coming. Shroud will get the bomb plant in. He will go down right afterwards, but I still think it's too late. Shiz and Yell are the only ones left here. And Yell coming in with a flank that's just, 10 seconds too late. This is almost heartbreaking.
Has a lot of utility though. He could use this to smoke out the bomb and force someone to peek. We have no one really on the bomb site for Cloud9 right now.
Shot from nothing.
He's going to Goblin.
Oh, no! Oh, he fired the gun! Oh. What would have happened if he had stayed there, I wonder.
Like, imagine if he had stayed there, waited until the very last second, popped that smoke, started defusing, and thrown a flash on the smoke. Skadoodle would have been the only one hanging around in that situation to stop him. And with that AWP, if he misses, that defuse is coming on through. At that point, you may as well just go for that little Goblin defuse, right? I don't see the point of trying to win that round in that regard. He wasn't even expected to save that weapon in that situation. Can they pause, Anders? They need to really just calm down. They're letting this half run away from them.
Yeah, they probably should go for a pause. You're going to have to help me out because I don't speak Australian, Chad. What's a Goblin defuse?
Like we call it Goblin defuse instead of like Ninja. Like, because a lot of boxes in Australia, like the really hidey ones, we call like Goblin boxes. I don't know why. I guess it's because like a Goblin is like, they live in like little dark corners. No, you're not with that?
I'm not sure that makes sense at all, in fact.
Look, I don't know why we call things what we do. I've only been doing this for 15 years now. It's kind of just grown on me over time.
No one's ever questioned it. They've just accepted it.
No, we just go with it.
Yeah, well, fair enough then.
Jason looks a bit like a goblin with that bald head.
He does. I've often had this thought myself, actually. Do you think we could dress him up?
Paint him green? The Green Goblin from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I wonder if you rub his head, if something magical will happen, like he'll grant you like a wish or something.
So he could also be a genie as well as a goblin.
I wonder about that.
And he also starred in a movie recently called Boss Baby.
Boss Baby, did he? It's weird because I saw him in a different movie. That was the X-Men movie.
Oh yeah.
We call him Professor Sex.
He gets around, doesn't he?
Yeah. It is the 14th round that's coming up now, and finally there's some money back in the hands of Luminosity. I feel cheated out of what could have been a much better first half here for the LG guys. Like, I feel like they really had something showing, and then kind of got stolen away.
That weird period where they did those 4 spies, tried to save the orb, still lost it, did a gun round where they had no utility, and one of their players had to have a UMP. Kind of fell away from them there, but once again, this mid control is coming in, and Cloud9 have done the perfect... This is a perfect system out of Cloud9. Taking mid, doing B splits, forcing Luminosity to have to change up the way they play the CT side. Once they've done that, now they've dropped into more of a default, waiting out picks, because they know that Luminosity has to take a gamble. The gamble is coming in, okay? Luminosity can't hang around in mid forever. Eventually, they're going to get pushed off, right? Or eventually, they're going to have to rotate somewhere else because pressure will be applied on other points of the map. So the adjustment by them is to almost take a heads-up early duel within the first, 30 seconds of the round. You want to make sure that you're getting some action. I think they need to potentially like pop flash and take some information because they're in limbo right now.
Yeah, you have to imagine that sort of the general nervousness is going to spread throughout the team when you're just stuck in middle for a very long time. It's the same sort of situation as it was the previous round. It must be really weird for them now. I mean, someone eventually is going to get on the microphone and ask, what the hell is going on? Has anyone seen anyone? And the truth is not yet. And if they go for the default they execute, which it sort of seems like here, all those 3 players in the middle are probably going to get smoked out. So things will get a bit rough.
The good thing here is they're playing a relatively retake setup across the map, so they're going to have a lot of utility here to play the retake situation. I would like to see them just let the bomb go down here. No one give away their life. Showtime, you don't need to do this, buddy, please.
Well, he's going to do it, Chad. You can't stop him. He's going to get the one shot. Actually picks up the second kill, goes for the spray, and he lets all 3 headshots just rip. Now it's automatic and Skadoodle left 2 versus 3, but the bomb is down. Now, I think it would be a good time for Skadoodle to really step it up, but he has to first survive the flank that's coming in from Destiny, and they wait for the flashbang. That's some heads-up play. You've got to appreciate that, Chad. Now, it's automatic 1 versus 2. He's up in the apartments. He has to move forward. The grenade is behind him, and he gets exploded. And that's a 6th round for Luminosity. I'm
frustrated in that situation because the setup they were playing was a retake on both bomb sides. Shiz was in a position to be where if the execute came in, he could fall away to checkers. The A player was sitting at ticket booth, so when the execute came in, he wasn't actually going to fight. He was just going to wait and let his teammate know the information. And then Showtime, in a 5v5 situation, decides, I'm going to be a hero and push the smoke and get 3 frags. People playing at home, that was fantastic individual play by Showtime to get 3 kills. That won them the round. But he made the wrong decision, all right? Fundamental. Of course you need flair in Counter-Strike, and you need to be able to make those plays, but in terms of disciplined fundamental CS, that's not the right move.
I want to discuss that with you in a second, so let's just bookmark that in our minds, and we'll go back to it in a little bit. Showtime will get a kill again against PGL. Now he pushes up against Skadoodle, but ultimately decides this is not worth it. And why would it be? If he was waiting too long, he'd be probably shot down from underpass anyway, so good move to fall back from that one. But this is probably going to favor Cloud9. I think they're going to be all right with this kind of a trade. Showtime, very close. He gets the kill on Stewie.
He's turned it on these last couple of rounds. He's showing up getting some more frags, having a bigger impact. And that's what we saw from him earlier on, as he will get another frag onto nothing there. And this one's quickly tipped in the favor of Luminosity. A 3rd for Showtime, finally going down to Skadoodle.
He's definitely got it going on now. Skadoodle has dropped the AWP, feels like it's not worth it when he's going to be moving into close combat like this. And that was too much, wasn't it? Skadoodle gets shut down from Shiz, and he will finish 8-7 in favor of Cloud9 here. So, I mean, they make up for it at the end, Luminosity. But I want to discuss this with you because I think the bad thing about having that kind of a push from Showtime work, if you're a player, especially if you're sort of, I mean, I guess not like a new player, but I guess just generally speaking, if you're trying to make it as a pro player, is that chances are, if you do that 10 times in a row and it works, 2 out of 10 times, you'll remember those 2 times and you'll forget the other 8.
Yeah.
And then, if someone tries to bring it up in the team and say, hey, wait a minute, you'll say, but
it works.
Yeah, but it works,
So, like, Fallen did a really bad play again on Keish at the EPL finals, and it worked. He got 4 kills and won the round. And apparently, this is hearsay. Someone told me that he said to his team, I did a really dumb thing, but it worked. So,
well, that's the right attitude, at least. Shroud falling back, and the flashbangs did just all the way inside of his eyeballs. He just could not see a thing. Not even if it had been a month, he would still have been blind, I think, after that. Yell will be getting the kill on Skadoodle, and now 3 versus 5 at the moment, and nothing. That's a good long-range shot. He needed another one to make this possible, but actually, still in automatic. The duo coming back strong into this one. The bomb is down, but only for a couple of seconds. They can definitely do this. Another headshot is landed by Cloud9, and now PGL. He'll get the refrag in, but Stewie is on it. Is he going to hold it down? 2, 1 second left. PGL, he actually forces him off just by walking in there. I think maybe he could have held it in, and now PGL has got all the chances in the world. He'll close the round, and Luminosity win it. That's a really, really big round and big play from the Brazilian side. Yeah,
exchanging pistols there. That was almost a retake by the Bash Brothers. Automatic and Stewie remind me of the Bash Brothers from Mighty Ducks. You remember the Mighty Ducks?
I was never too much into that.
Oh, okay. Well, they were pretty cool. And I think Stewie and Automatic are cool too. All right. Going to be a force buy coming out from the side of Cloud9. You got Skadoodle there holding onto a bit of extra cash so he can get the AWP on that first gun round. But it's going to be interesting to see if they just approach this in the standard sense of we're going to do some individual plays and hope for frags, or if we're going to play as a unit and try something interesting. And it looks like they're going for the individual style because Stewie's pushed all the way into underpass, which might come in here as Shroud will grab one, but gets taken down. The B hit is on once more.
Oh, they almost lined up for that double headshot. I was getting scared for a moment. Stewie making just an incredible amount of noise running up there and didn't get the UMP out in time. Maybe that could have worked. Skadoodle goes down as well, so I feel like this is gone. There was a chance.
There was a very small glimmer of hope in that situation. I think now you should see either Jordan and Automatic, Nothing and Automatic, sorry, going for exit frags, which it looks like that's what they want to do. Hold on to those deagles. Might be able to have a bit of penetration next round if they take them towards middle and see if they can take some scalps of these Luminosity players. But there was that chance, right? Stewie on the flank, if he was 1 second earlier and picked up that UMP and wasn't hurt, he could have had one frag and everything could have fallen apart. Or if he had waited for the player who was top mid, who was coming through late through the B holes, he could have had one there as well. But the things we know, Anders, we can see everything.
Well, I mean, you must feel this more than anybody. Sort of, you know, being one of the sort of pros that's retired the latest. I feel like but the brilliant thing about being, you know, a caster or a color commentator or something is it's just a 20/20 hindsight.
Yeah.
It's just looking back and just knowing and sounding smart because you knew what happened and what didn't work.
It's the best really, position to be in.
It's really good.
No one can do anything about it either.
No.
Hashtag deal with it.
It's too late later, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not going to go back and watch the VOD and say, wait a minute, this isn't right.
The Deagles are towards mid-end, so this could get spicy.
Yes, indeed. They're running right into the middle as everyone is here, actually standing in the fireman, Stewie. That's an incredibly manly play. Just balls of steel at the moment, and Yell, no one hit him. Skadoodle following up, inspired by Stewie's steel balls, and now it's a 2-on-2. Shiz and Showtime are left. I'm just impressed. That was unbelievably manly.
What can you say about that one? He's just gone, I'm going to man it here, stand in the fire, hope that I get a kill. Pays off, and from there, the dominoes fall. More frags go the way of Cloud9, and they put themselves in a potentially winnable situation. Oh, there goes Showtime, and Shizzy, Wizzy, Fizzy with a 1-on-2 situation.
It's all right. Shoes.
He's got 2 of them.
Baby shoes.
Baby shoes.
If I was an artist, I would do a little portrait, like a little, you know, just to memorize the day that Stewie just walked into the firing window to try and take that fight and possibly win the round. He's hiding, and Shroud gets the kill. I'm gonna give all the credit to Stewie.
100%.
That's leadership, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gone, look boys, this is how it's done. Even if I have to burn at the stake, I'm gonna get this one for us. And now he's going to swing the economy in the favor of the Cloud9 guys. They have a bankload of cash right now. They would have been going into this first gun round relatively depleted because of that force buy on the second, but they've got everything they want now. It's almost like it's Christmas time. Full utility across the board, and the ones who are struggling in Luminosity, they do have the AWP on Yell, which we've seen a lot of impact with right now. Can he find a pick towards, I guess it's B is where he's heading right now, and it's a good place to find a jump spotter, and Shroud is one of those type of players.
Yell. Be very careful.
Do it, Shroud. Jump, I dare ya.
We talked about this earlier about them not being afraid of Cloud9. So even with the Molotov, I think 9 times out of 10 you'd see someone just falling back from that and not wanting to push it up. But they are just playing it very aggressively here. In the middle as well. The scoreline is tied up, but the bomb is very far back at the moment. So they are just trying to eye an opportunity. Good position for Shroud there. Great headshot. Yell gets shut down immediately. And they didn't learn anything really, Luminosity, either.
No. See, when your AWPer wants to do a play like that, I have absolutely no issue with it. Because if they're explosive and exciting, like Yell has shown to be, that's fine. You want your AWPer to tell your in-game leader what he would like to do. But at least give him a friend. Give him someone to go.
Automatic going to take them down. That seems to me like a really strange choice to have to make there. Now it's a 3 versus 1, and PGL, he's going to pick up the 1 kill there, but with 10 seconds left, they don't have to do anything. He's going to have to come find them, and he's going to be really quick about it if he wants this to work. Again, trying to go for the plant without really checking everything. I mean, maybe the last time just to fake him out, but the first time around,
yeah,
you try and go for the bomb plant in Mirage B of all bomb sites without checking the whole bomb site. Can you advise that? Would you recommend it for future generations of Counter-Strike players? It's on you, Chad.
Maybe he just trusts in his teammates. Maybe that's his thought process. Going,
for them to cover him from behind the truck?
Yeah. I guess that's a bit of a misplay. That's where the nerves, the inexperience comes in. But things like that, you need your teammates to make sure that they're covering you before you want to get that bomb down. I know how eager people can be. I was one of those eager beavers. But make sure your teammates are in the right positions. See, the interesting thing in this situation is the economy is now in the bin for the Luminosity guys. And this is where some frags can be farmed for Cloud9 and some stats can be padded. A attack will be coming in. He's going to grab one. It's flashed up, and only 3 players remaining now for Luminosity.
Yeah, this shouldn't be much of a problem. See if Yell can land some good Eagle shots, but missing it so far. Stewie almost getting all 3 of them there. Felt like he had the opportunity. There it is! VKL, how does he do it? Picking up the second one, looking for a third, but Automatic will take him down. He almost dropped nothing as well.
You see the really interesting thing, like back in the 1.6 days with the economy, when you had gun rounds and you knew you were out of it, if you were left alive, you were like the 1 player versus like 4 people or 5 people. What the goal could have been, even if you would, you could save the weapon, but what you could try and do in a close economic fight like we have going on right now is try to get 3 kills. I know that sounds difficult, but if you can get 3 kills and 2 players from the opposition survive, they go into the next round. If the economy is so depleted, they can only drop 2 guns. So someone is always going to be stretched. Someone will be on that UMP. Someone will have to be on a pistol. You can keep them from being at full strength if you're able to pick up 3 rounds. And now with the pistols on the T side being so powerful, getting those 3 kills is even easier. So,
yes.
you're seeing a lot more of that, and it's a great way to keep a team completely strained out. But it looks like they're poised for an A execute right now, as we have 4 members of the Luminosity team posturing towards the A site and 1 over towards middle. So any second now, an execute will be coming in.
What a jump in from Showtime. That seems incredibly risky. Foes here in the sandwich. Shroud going to be going down. He did get 2 kills. Showtime has picked up 2 of his own. Now Stewie unaffected. You could see he's absolutely fired up at the moment. PGL was going to be there as sort of the backup once the bomb is down. I love that position, the top mid position in the with a 4-up ramp, but you sort of need the bomb to go down first. Yeah, like if you can get the bomb down open for connector, that top mid guy becomes even more powerful because he can flank, he can stop the defuse if everything goes wrong. But it wasn't to be. See Stewie pushing in that situation, Anders. I want to show people the difference. Yes.
The fight happened on the site and trades had already happened. There was chaos going on. 2 players had gone down. So in your mind, you're assuming that the rest of the side is going to be relatively clear. Stewie pushes in while they're still in transition to get that bomb down, and he grabs kills that are round winning. The difference there is the brawl's already happening. He's taking advantage of the mayhem. Whereas what Showtime did before was there wasn't any mayhem because his teammates hadn't done anything at that point. Yeah,
all the focus would normally have been on him more or less.
Yes.
So. No, I get your point. I think that's a fair distinction to be making. Good job from Shiz, but it isn't enough. You know what frustrated me in that last round was well, for one thing, I think the jump from Showtime was scary.
Yes.
But he got the kill on balcony anyway, so best of luck to him. Now he Molotovs the shadow position.
Yep.
All good in my opinion, but if they had Molotoved out sandwich as well, where Shroud was holding, man, that would have been a done round, I think.
Yeah.
So just that 1 grenade missing really cost them a lot.
I think what their plan was, if you notice the pacing of their execute, they threw all the smokes and went before, like, you would expect the smokes to land and pop and then the execute comes in. That's normally how you run those situations. They went before the smokes popped to catch the CTs off guard, and it worked. Stewie was just the thorn in the side there dropping in. And mid control is now being taken by Cloud9, who took it fast. And the reaction from Luminosity is to go straight to A, but Scoodle's there to say no. Now the cavalry's arrived.
Yeah, this has fallen apart. I actually think this is sort of a replay of the last round for Luminosity. They wanted to try it again, and this time instead it's top mid that they lose, and then the rest of the A push, so I don't even know. 1 versus 4 here, and the bomb is down to the A bomb side. There doesn't seem to be much of a way out.
It's looking pretty bleak right now.
Yeah, and I actually think, because I think the previous round where Stewie sort of came in was the hero, right? That could have worked out for Luminosity, so I don't even mind that they went for a similar type call again.
Yeah.
It becomes really painful when it then doesn't work. You make the same call and it fails in a different way.
Yeah.
They obviously just wanted sort of a second chance.
Cloud9's adjustments have been really good here. Showtime, if he likes to find frags. Yeah, they were set up very well there. They're close up, ready to stop any kind of pick, trade out on each other. So that was good set up by Cloud9 late into that round. But it's just difficult when a team is the one setting the pace, right? Cloud9 are choosing what type of setups they want to do, and Luminosity are almost running into it blind. They haven't done defaults and gotten information because Cloud9 are taking mid control. They're playing close up on A. And Luminosity are just kind of going into the executes. And going into the executes means exactly that. You're going in hoping your play negates the CT setup and pushes them out of position, displaces them, and hopefully you can find those frags. But when they're not there, your execute's just a smoke wall.
Oh, what a shot from Skadoodle. I don't think you're supposed to survive that situation where the flashbang is that perfect, but still they managed to bring it back. PGL and Showtime getting a couple of kills each, and somehow it's a 2-on-3 here. Although pushing the top mid is automatic, and if he pushes and gets this kill, he won't actually get it. Shiz will take him down. So now 2 versus 2. They have the bomb as well. Cloud9. Is there anything that Shroud and Nothing can do to actually help each other out here? They're all the way across the map.
I liked what Jordan was doing. I thought he was going Palace, but he's pushed A ramp. He's looking for information. Finding that frag is a great way to help Shroud out, and putting Shiz onto 25 HP is fantastic. But in terms of a situation they could have gone for, would have been playing off the bomb, playing in a forward position just to worry on one choke point. Shroud will finish it off relatively easily, and they're only 1 round away from victory here. If Jordan had played in Palace, right, you're not going to expect anyone to come up A ramp, jump in Palace, and then check it. You just expect them to go into the site, and then at that point they have to consider everything being open. Pushing A ramp wasn't a bad call. It meant that he could take a fight on his own terms, which he did. But the way that Shroud was in that B side, it meant Jordan was the one finding all the information, and Shroud would have been really far away on the rotation. So maybe have one player play a retake and one player play aggressive, so at least the rotation time isn't too long.
Well, but you are right though. 15-9 is the scoreline here. Currently top fragging, and this is impressive. It's Nothing with 24 kills. He's done a really remarkable job so far, and he could get a bit more. He takes down Yell before he even comes out through the smoke. Now he's going to set up for a flashbang there. Stewie actually goes before the grenade, so maybe some miscommunication, and Jordan's going to go for it one more time. He does a bit more damage. It's still a 4-on-4, but they're all the way trapped in Tetris. They need to move on and get onto the bomb side. Otherwise, the rotation is going to come in, and one more headshot coming through from Nothing. This is a great first map for him. 16-9 the scoreline here, 26 kills on Nothing.